Welcome back to another episode of Mavnation.
I'm Kennedy Carr.
I'm Sam Gower.
And you're watching
Mavnation. March 14th was Pie Day. In addition to the tasty pies baked up by the culinary class, the math department held a Pie Day reciting contest.
Keem Pham was able to recite 505 digits of the infinite number, and Thomas Schmidt came in second with a crazy 200 digits.
Honorable shout-outs to Liv Stevenson with 100 digits, Taylor Bailey with 97 digits, and Brittany Litweiler with 42 digits.
Maybe those guys should apply for the National Honor Society. Applications for the 2017 to 2018 school year will be available on the NHS website starting March 1st. There's a link to the website on the LCC homepage.
Students have until the last school day in March to turn in their application to room 303 or the assistant principal's office.
10th and 11th graders are welcome to apply. Get ready, Mavericks!
The week of March 28th to 31st, all 11th grade students will participate in California State Testing, CASP, for math and English.
A special testing bell schedule will be in place Tuesday through Friday. Students who are testing will receive notification on their testing location on Monday, March 27th.
All other students will participate in campus-wide activities during the testing block. More details to come in the near future.
With every 15 minutes assembly coming up tomorrow and Wednesday, Mavnation reporter Josh Soria and I went to dig a little deeper when it comes to the impact of underage drinking.
Behind the wheel while intoxicated, it doesn't only affect them, explains ASB President Hope McQueen.
It can affect more than just you. It affects the people in your car, the people in the cars around you, and their families.
Joe Oleski is a substance abuse counselor here at LCC who works with the READY program, which has been around here for about 10 years. Its goal is to help students who've abused alcohol and drugs.
The READY program stands for, the acronym stands for the Recovery Education Alcohol Drug Instruction Program. This is the school district's safety net, dealing with not only students but families struggling with substance abuse issues.
He is very familiar with underage drinking and its effects, as he also spoke of the consequences of underage drinking.
Usually youth that drink, they make a lot of mistakes. They're impulsive, they do it, then say, what did I do? Oh my God. And that's just, it is a learning curve, but the consequences can be very harsh.
Finally, Mr. Oleski wanted to express this for all students at LCC.
I know the argument that I'm 18, I'm old enough to serve my country, why can't I drink? The biggest reason is the statistics are clear that every 15 minutes, one young person under 18 driving, every 15 minutes a young person dies behind the wheel.
Wailea Pukahi and Lainey Peterson are both upperclassmen who talked to me about how partying and having fun doesn't always need to entail excessive drinking.
I just know, I think everyone should know their limits and be responsible with themselves, and you can still have fun without going crazy and going overboard with it.
Need certain things to have a good time. You don't have to drink to hang out with certain people. You don't have to fall under influence. You can create your own situations and you can have your own good time.
On average, 8 teenagers die daily due to driving under the influence. And there are ways here at LCC we are trying to prevent that.
I don't think that we're completely naive to the fact that students are going to be drinking. I think obviously, we don't agree with that. We don't condone it. But I think awareness is just really, really important.
And we work alongside the admin and the principals and everything to just kind of make sure that everyone here wants to be here and is happy, so that they never feel the need to go to something else to become happy.
Underage drinking and driving and the effects it can have on the people around you can be prevented. From Mavnation, this is Kennedy Carr and Josh Soria.
It is shaping up to be a very powerful week, one I know we will never forget.
LCC Gay Straight Alliance Club meets every Wednesday in room 550 at lunch. Come by and see what issues the club is working on.
The LCC dance team is having open auditions on March 27th in the dance studio after school.
They are looking for intermediate and advanced dancers to perform at school and community events during 2017 to 2018 school year.
Speaking of dancing, more is coming. March 31st, the Neon Nights dance is coming back to LCC.
And at $10 with an ASB card this week, it will be the most affordable and most electrifying thing you can do with your friends this year. Buy your tickets soon before prices go up next week to $15.
Do you know we have a job board? It is located next to room 1306. Work on finding your summer job now while positions are still available.
Last week, Mavnation reporters Cole Dean and Taylor Niendorf talked to a couple of students for Mav on the Street and asked if you could change one thing about LCC, what would it be and why? Here's what they had to say.
I'd make it so we would have less homework and get to school later so we can sleep in longer.
And if I could change one thing, it would be to have late start.
If I could change one thing about this school, I would bring back Mike for sure.
If I could change one thing, I would change the schedule.
Getting out of the school easier because there's a lot of traffic after school and before school.
Well, two things I'd like to change about school is longer lunches and no homework.
If there's one thing I could change about school, I would do more pep rallies.
What would I change about school? Absolutely nothing. You know, school isn't always going to be fun, and I think people just need to accept that. I mean, yeah, it's good to constantly be trying to better it, but at the same time, I mean, we have it pretty good.
If I could change one thing, it would be to make the CAF bigger, because there's always too many people in the CAF.
One thing I would change about the school is to have no ESP.
I think LCC should have more school spirit.
I think we should have Mavnation every week instead of every 2 weeks.
Seniors rule.
Seniors rule.
Choir's coming to LCC next year. If you like to sing and want a chance to learn music, choose choir as one of your electives for the next school year. Everyone is welcome.
Do you play guitar, bass, drum set, piano? Want to learn a new instrument?
There's a new class at LCC next year called Instrumental Music, and it's for anyone that wants to play music and how they like it.
This year's guitar class will become a part of that class, so come form a rock band, practice for your lessons, or prepare for anything you have coming up. This class is for you.
There's been a new child development class called Teaching and Learning added. Any students interested should find Miss Stork in room 1308. ASB and class selections are coming up. If you're interested in joining ASB or Advanced Leadership next year, stop by the ASB room for more information.
Still have questions about electives? Mr. Farrer's video film classes put together some slick promotion videos to help you get a better understanding of your elective options.
Check out the videos on our YouTube page or on MavLifeNews.com.
Now here's reporter Kaylee Schoen with Artist Spotlight featuring Gavin Alishire.
My name is Gavin Alshire. I'm a junior and I'm a photographer who takes portrait, landscape, and architecture pictures. I just sort of started taking pictures and I started really liking it, and then I bought my own camera that was a little bit nicer and I just sort of went with it, and that's how it happened. I would say unique. I don't know. I don't really have like a specific style, but I just try to take pictures that aren't really taken a lot and very, I don't know, I try to find locations that you can't really tell where they are. I like to play around with lighting like while I'm actually taking pictures to try to get like a unique outcome, but then I also like to play around with like shadows and contrast and everything. So on my shoots I usually just try to find like trees and plants and stuff that create unique shadows, and then sometimes I'll even find like a giant palm frond on the ground and I'll just sort of hold it up and try to create something cool. My biggest strength is probably like, I think I have a pretty unique eye, so I kind of find unique places, but my weakness is probably posing. Posing is pretty difficult. Sometimes I show them pictures that are similar to what I'm trying to create, but that aren't quite what I want to create, so just so they have an idea, and so we sort of can share the same vision and try to get a good outcome. I like sort of wide angle pictures just because you get more of the background in them and you can see like sort of where they are in the setting. I use a Wacom tablet and I sort of just go into Photoshop CC and draw like whatever I feel like on the pictures. Whenever I go places I always like think like, oh, that'd be a cool place to take pictures, and I don't know, it makes me, I guess, appreciate places around me more.
The FBI San Diego Division's Teen Academy is an opportunity for high school sophomores and juniors to get a behind-the-scenes peek at the FBI, a great understanding of what the agency does in the community, and information about a future FBI career.
There will be 2 one-day Teen Academies this year, on June 28th and August 16th. Applications are now open and accepted through April 10th. That's it for the news.
I'm Kennedy Carr.
I'm Sam Gower.
Hey guys, it's us! We're here at Comedy Sports LA!
We have a teachers versus students game on Thursday!
Be there at 7 o'clock!
$5 at the door! Be there! Be there.
Welcome to another episode of Mavnation Sports. I'm Calvin Zeljak.
And I'm Evan West. We got a packed show for you guys.
I had the opportunity to talk with the cheerleading team about their upcoming trip to nationals. Let's take a look. Most students are still asleep. The girls' cheerleading squad is in the gym preparing for nationals.
We have practice every day at 6 a.m. at the gym. It's pretty much the only time we can get space, so that's why it's so early.
With 11 freshmen on the team, the Mavericks will get plenty of experience in the coming years.
I think it's been a big part of the excitement because actually none of us know what to expect, but none of the freshmen have done any of this, so I think we're all super excited to do this.
Nationals gives the team an opportunity to compete against some of the best cheerleading squads in the western part of the United States.
So the national competition, we compete with the United Spirit Association, and we get a chance to go up against all of the other schools in California, Idaho, Utah, Colorado, anywhere near the West Coast, who have had to qualify at a previous regional competition, which we also did in the month of January. And we get to go up against teams we've never seen before, sometimes teams we have seen before, and in front of a national judging panel.
Now back to Evan and I.
Thank you, Calvin. Now let's get right into the MavLife Sports Whip Around.
Tennis beat Fallbrook 15-3.
Baseball beat Poway 7-4.
And girls lacrosse picked up a 9-4 win over Newport Harbor.
Boys lacrosse beat Cathedral 15-10.
And boys volleyball beat Mount Carmel 3-1.
Softball beat El Camino 5-4.
So as you can tell, a great week for Maverick Sports. We'll see you next time. Now let's go to style.
All right, two things that I wanted to talk about with everybody, and please let me have your attention. Alcohol is a depressant and a stimulant. The problem is when you drink a lot of alcohol in combination with marijuana is what's called an antiemetic. It closes your stomach down. If you have a lot of alcohol, most of us will throw up to try to expel it. You can't do that when you're smoking marijuana or marijuana derivatives, including wax, keef, shatter, butane hash oil. And we're seeing that a lot where a lot of young people across the country are dying. The second thing that I need to get across to everybody is alcohol. Your generation is doing something no generation has done since the 1950s. You're mixing the number one drug in America is alcohol with narcotic pills. And what happens is that will repress your breathing and you will just stop breathing and die. That has become epidemic across the United States. So guys, even though it's legal over 21 and you watch TV, I defy you to not have about 50 commercials on in one day on alcohol. But you have to be able to take it easy, know and enjoy where you are currently at your age and be age appropriate. And I just want you being careful not to drink and drive or hurt other people, because your parents have to pay the tab for the damage you do. All right? Thank you for your time. And if anybody ever has any questions about what I just said, you're more than welcome to come down to the Ready Room here at LCC in room 1304. My door is always open to every student.